The Taj Mahal is India's most recognizable monument, a tomb built by a Muslim emperor immortalizing his grief for his wife, a marble ode to love, who after his passing was placed next to his beloved side by side forever. But in today's India, some want this expression of love and the Muslim story behind it to be erased and forgotten. A Hindi film released in October 2025, The Taj Story, claims to expose the truth behind the Taj Mahal. It claims that the Taj Mahal was once a Hindu temple named Tejo Mahalaya, later seized by the Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan. Historians have long dismissed this as a myth, yet it keeps returning, now through cinema. What does this persistence say about the India of today? I'm Afzal Ahmed and this is Aloud. This show brings you articles made for audio. In this episode, we've adapted the opinion piece, The Taj Story and the Hindu Right-Wing's Politics of Erasing India's Muslim Past by Saeed Unz, published on October the 30th, 2025. The origins of the Taj Mahal are very well documented in Mughal history. Emperor Shah Jahan commissioned it in 1631 for his wife, Mumtaz Mahal, who died in childbirth. Construction lasted more than 20 years and employed some 20,000 artisans and laborers. The Taj Mahal is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, India's most visited monument and highest earning, attracting almost 7 million visitors between 2024 and 2025. The Emperor's own chronicle, the Padshanama, records every stage of the project, architects, expenditures, and even the deed of the land, purchased from Raja Jai Singh I of the Kingdom of Amba in the present-day Western Indian state of Rajasthan. Inscriptions identify Ustad Ahmed Lahori as chief architect of the Mughal Empire and Amanat Khan Shirazi as calligrapher. Scholars say no Persian, Sanskrit, or colonial-era source contains any reference to a temple named Tejo Mahalaya. The structure's blend of Persian, Timurid, and Indian design is precisely what defines a Mughal aesthetic: synthesis, not appropriation. To understand how the Mughals became central to India's identity and controversy, we must return to their origins. The Mughal dynasty was founded in 1526 by Babur, a Muslim warrior from Central Asia. He traced his lineage to Timur, also known as Tamerlane, on his father's side, and Genghis Khan on his mother's, a mix of Turco-Mongol heritage that defined the early empire's character. Babur's successors Humayun, Akbar, Jahangir, Shah Jahan, and Aurangzeb fused Persianate court culture with Indian traditions of art, architecture, and language. The result was not a foreign imposition, but a new civilization born in India, one that produced Urdu poetry, Mughlai cuisine, introducing biryani to the world, miniature painting, and cities of breathtaking beauty. The Mughals were outsiders only in origin. In spirit and curation, they became distinctly Indian. The so-called temple theory emerged centuries later. In the 1980s, self-styled revisionist historian Purushottam Nagesh Oak published a book, Taj Mahal, The True Story, claiming the Taj Mahal was once a Shiva shrine. He offered no credible evidence, only conjecture and imagination. His other claims were that the Kaaba in Mecca, the Vatican in Rome, and Westminster Abbey in the UK were all Hindu temples earlier. Even the Archaeological Survey of India dismissed the claim as an unfounded fantasy, and no peer-reviewed research has supported it. Yet the story endured, because it met a cultural demand. It allowed a narrative where Muslim rulers became villains, usurpers of Hindu glory, rather than contributors to India's composite past. Under Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the Bharatiya Janata Party, such pseudo-histories have moved from the margins to the mainstream. School textbooks have deleted Mughal chapters. Cities with Islamic or Mughal names have been renamed, and officials openly question Muslim contributions to Indian civilization. In this environment, the Taj Story is not just a film. It's an ideological instrument designed to transform a multicultural history into a singular Hindu nationalist narrative. By dramatizing a disproven claim, it aligns with a wider cultural project to recast India's past as an unbroken Hindu lineage interrupted by Muslim rule. Petitions citing the Tejo Mahalaya myth have even reached Indian courts, repeatedly dismissed since Oak's book, but each amplified through political campaigns. In 2000, Purushottam Nagesh Oak himself had approached the Supreme Court to get this theory official recognition, but this was rejected. In 2022, a petition sought to open sealed chambers within the Taj Mahal, alleging hidden idols inside. The court rejected it, calling it a publicity stunt. But the outrages it sparks serves its purposes. What matters is not the verdict, but the visibility. The myth's constant repetition keeps the fiction alive, long after facts are forgotten. For something built in love, it now stands at the center of hate. This is part of a broader effort to redefine Indian identity. By branding Islamic architecture as foreign, Hindu nationalist discourse paints India's 200 million Muslims as outsiders to the very civilization they helped shape. Historian Irfan Habib warned, when facts are replaced by faith, history becomes a casualty. In today's India, that casualty extends beyond textbooks, shaping the moral boundaries of the present. They license discrimination in everyday life, resentment, exclusion, violence, and a sense of belonging. A myth that once lived in fringe literature now circulates through mainstream discourse, reinforcing an us versus them worldview that underpins electoral populism. The Taj Mahal continues to stand with its white marble still gleaming through centuries of conflict and interpretation. Preserving its truth isn't simply about defending a monument, it's about defending the idea of India, a civilization born from cultural exchange. Because when power decides what the past should mean, history is no longer a mirror, but a weapon. That's all for this episode of Aloud, based on the opinion piece The Taj Story and the Hindu right-wing's politics of erasing India's Muslim past, by Syed Unz, published on October 30th, 2025. I'm your host, Afzal Ahmed. Thanks for listening.